Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to guide you through what is without a doubt the most fascinating and consequential technology race of our lifetimes. We're talking about the Silicon Sprint. Literally, just in the last few days, the landscape has completely shifted. We've seen these rapid, game-changing developments announced by the absolute biggest names in tech. We're talking OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, Meta, Anthropic, and Elon Musk's xAI. So, if you thought you had a handle on exactly where artificial intelligence was heading, well, it's time to reset the board. Because, what if I told you the strategies that we all assumed would win the AI race just 6 months ago are already obsolete? It's crazy. We are entering this new phase where the ground is moving so fast that today's dominant player could easily be tomorrow's legacy system. Every single day, the stakes just get higher, and the pace is accelerating beyond anything we've ever witnessed before.
Okay, let's dive into this and map out the battlefield. We're going to cover 5 key areas today. First, the accelerating AI race. Second, the ecosystem integrators. Third, the intelligence heavyweights. Fourth, the agile disruptors. And finally, we'll zoom way out to look at the global effects and the future.
Starting off with Section 1, the accelerating AI race beyond the first chatbot.
Man, it feels like a lifetime ago that the first chatbots shocked the world, right? But that novelty phase, it is officially over. Today, it is a multi-billion-dollar fight for everyday utility. Look at how they're lining up. We've got OpenAI pushing hard toward a universal assistant. Google is focusing entirely on ecosystem search. Claude is really honing in on complex analytical tasks. Microsoft, they're prioritizing enterprise integration. Meanwhile, Meta is banking on open-weight models, and xAI is just relentlessly chasing fast benchmarks. So the real question today is no longer who built AI first. Actually, scratch that. It's who is building the intelligence layer that we are going to rely on every single day.
Moving right along to Section 2, the ecosystem integrators, embedding AI everywhere.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the stark strategic contrast between these two titans. On one side, you have Google turning Gemini into the beating heart of an ecosystem you probably already use. They're plugging it directly into Search, Gmail, Docs, and Android. They are leveraging their massive advantage, which is billions of everyday consumers. On the flip side, Microsoft is embedding Copilot straight into the professional workspace, Word, Excel, and Teams. So one is targeting your personal digital life, and the other is coming right for your 9 to 5.
Just imagine what this literally means for your daily routine. Microsoft isn't trying to lure you to some new website. Picture yourself extracting insights from a massive, unwieldy Excel spreadsheet in a matter of seconds, or having Teams summarize a messy hour-long meeting while you step away to grab a coffee. For businesses globally, this kind of invisible, frictionless integration is absolutely the most practical, immediately useful strategy out there right now.
All right, Section 3, the intelligence heavyweights, smarter assistants and reasoning.
Here's where we see the battle of the pure-play AI heavyweights. OpenAI is continuing to evolve ChatGPT into an everyday AI assistant, really meant for broad work, learning, and general creativity. But then you have Anthropic's Claude, and they are carving out a highly specific, very intentional niche. Claude is focused on deep reasoning and massive context windows. That means it can literally digest and analyze an entire textbook in seconds. Because of that specific focus, it's gaining some serious traction among developers, researchers, and businesses for deep analytical programming and complex writing. These are two very different approaches to building a standalone digital brain.
Which brings us to Section 4, the agile disruptors, open systems, and fast benchmarks.
First up in this category is Meta, and they have dropped a massive disruptor right onto the board, open-weight AI. By making the core architecture of their system freely available, they're placing this multi-billion-dollar bet that open-source collaboration is eventually going to suffocate closed systems. It's a completely different philosophy, and it's designed to let AI spread effortlessly across the platforms billions of people already use, like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger.
And honestly, just when the dust seems to settle, you've got xAI's Grok acting as this massive accelerant. Independent reports are showing Grok delivering incredibly rapid improvements in fast reasoning and really strong coding abilities. They are entirely focused on raw speed and benchmark dominance. It just goes to prove that the competitive baseline in this industry doesn't shift every year anymore, it shifts every few weeks.
And finally, Section 5, global effects and the future, the macro shift. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what's at stake here.
Stepping back from the specific companies for a second, I want you to really think about this question.
who controls the future operating system for work? Because at the end of the day, that is what they're fighting for. The stakes cascade so far beyond Silicon Valley and pour directly into the global economy. We're not talking about trivia bots here. This is one of the most important economic competitions in human history, and the winner of this race is going to dictate how the entire world operates.
The fallout of this sprint? It's a total, top-to-bottom transformation. The victor won't just power software development. They are going to redefine global education, revolutionize how we analyze patient data in healthcare, streamline high-frequency global finance, and provide the literal brains for next-generation robotics. Every single one of these massive, critical worldwide industries is facing a complete overhaul based entirely on who wins this AI race.
So how does this practically change our daily workflows and our economies? Well, let's break it down. For consumers, imagine all your repetitive daily digital chores simply vanishing. Poof, gone. For businesses, adopting this tech effectively means doing a week's worth of data analysis in a single afternoon, which drastically lowers operational costs. And for developers, these aren't just slightly better tools. They're the foundation for entirely new categories of businesses that we literally haven't even dreamed up yet.
Which brings us to our core takeaway. The AI race is moving faster than any technology revolution we've ever seen, period. Tracking these updates isn't just a fun hobby anymore, it is essential digital literacy. Every new model released raises the stakes, and today's leader can so easily be overtaken by next Tuesday. So I want to leave you with this provocative thought as we wrap up today. Weighing all the vastly different strategies we've outlined, from the universal assistants to enterprise integration, from those open-weight models to the hyperfast benchmark chasers, who do you think is actually going to win this sprint? Is it going to be OpenAI, Google, Claude, Microsoft, Meta, or xAI? Who will ultimately become the world's primary digital assistant? Keep that in mind, because this landscape is absolutely going to shift again before you know it. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I can't wait to dive into the next major update with you soon.